in Minimax. Pole position from the UK, Albert Friend. Belgium's Lars Lambers on the outside of row number 1. Malaysia already buzzing after a good performance in the first race. Travis Teoh and João Pereira on row number 2. Alexander van Meijeren and Josh Griffin on row 3. Hungary's Marco Farley and Amaru Adriansen from Peru are next. Then it's Garcia, Lukjanov, Lindemann and Casarino. Row 7, Massinas, Becker, Juch and Hart. Leopold Juch okay after his accident yesterday. Rogovski and Soltis. Then outside looking in, Korn, De Grande, Storder, Salmi, Ahmed Al Khalifa with a sore neck after his crash, Edward Kerr 24th. Here are the drivers who are really just racing for pride now. Lemieux from Canada, Matoda, McLaughlin, Sakano, the Tiger and Sakano isn't going to make the final, sadly. Corey Carson, Zhao Chengji, Moral Rubia, Warner, Killer, Kianowski, Nasanas and Rivan Del Pritham. All 36 drivers are on track. They're into the tram lines. The lights are out. We're off and racing. It's a good start for the Polestar to Albert Friend. He's got side-by-side Lars Lambers trying to go round the outside. Alexander van Meijren's also made a very good start, but it is Albert Friend leading the field over the roller coaster, down the hill towards turn number 5. Friend leads, and I think that is Lambers in second, with Teoh and van Meijeren moving up into P4.
Yeah, absolutely. A much neater start there than what we saw in P-Final A. They got away quite clearly. We saw Friend actually just slow it down into turn 1 just to make sure he could get the good ride out, and he wasn't in trouble going into the roller coaster. So great start from Friend, very clever head on his shoulders, and now he starts off in front. He's already starting to tighten up the apexes, not going into the corner as wide as he normally would. He knows he's going to be under attack early.
Yeah, he's under pressure, so he's not being ultra defensive, but he's not leaving the door wide open, because this is an opportunity. People are going to be opportunists here. You've got Lars Lambers second. Travis Teoh was briefly deposed by Alexander van Meijeren, but is back, I think, into, or who's that into for there? I think that's Amaru Adriansen from Peru up into P3. It's Teoh, van Meijeren, Pereira, Griffin, Adriansen, Garcia, Farley, Lukjanov, Casarino. Now, all 36 drivers have come around cleanly at the end of lap number 1. Big movers back in the pack. Gage Korn up to 18th. Lucas Storder up 4 places to 17th.
Yeah, it looks like, if you have a look at the front two there, it looks like they've gotten the setup right for how cold it's gotten. So the hardest thing in karting is to get those tires to switch on as soon as possible, but you've got to get them to last as well. So these two out in front definitely got their tires switched on. There hasn't been that much dicing, and they've actually pushed the button and gotten away.
Now you can see if it looks a bit hazy, that's actually condensation and mist. I mean, the track is not wet by any stretch of the margin, ladies and gentlemen, but it does cool down. It's not quite as muggy. It's been blisteringly hot today, and of course in the desert, no clouds at night. It does get somewhat chilly as we're 3 wide for third place, and still Travis Teoh fighting a rear guard action here, going through the roller coaster. Behind him is Van Meijeren, Pereira, Griffin, Adriansen, Garcia, Lukjanov, Fali and Casarino side by side for about 8th place. Someone running very wide, that was Garcia in the blue race suit from Chile, and this is great news for Albert Friend and Lars Lambers. They can just cruise away. Travis Teoh has, well, he has his rear mirrors, if he had any, full of Birrell Art go-karts.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing to see this class so close together. We've got basically the whole field from second down to 36th in one route. Oh, 3, 4 carts, 5 abreast through there. It's insane to see how quickly these kids can move and change and make direction. They're only 12, 13 years old.
And react as well, you know, because suddenly they're making a move and there's a go-kart that appears out of nowhere, out of your peripheral vision, and then they react and everyone else reacts, and the snake goes to the inside and round the outside. Great move there. Van Meijeren gets a little bit sketchy, loses 3 places. Somebody gets dispatched over the roller coaster. That, I think, may have been Teoh. João Pereira was involved in that as well. Pereira now moves into 3rd position, and I'm looking to see, is that Griffin who's now moved up into 4th? This is a really English word. It's a schmozzle.
A schmozzle, an absolute schmozzle. You can see that where the placings are, where you can see the kids that want to move up. You can see they need to get going. They want to make it into the final. That's the pack you can see moving around so much. But Teoh, defending so early and so aggressively, has just forced a pass from the two behind him, and unfortunately that's dispatched him further down the order. I do need to correct myself though. These kids are under 12.
Yes.
They're 11.
The oldest is 12, and in fact we got one. Well, Travis Teoh is 13, but he's so small he's not heavy enough to move into. You can race in Minimax up until you're 13, but you've obviously got to be a very small 13-year-old, which is what Travis Teoh is. Teoh is now down in 10th place. Griffin's dropped to 11th, and Antoine Lemieux has had an issue with Edward Kirst further down the order. Movers and shakers. Christoph Killer up to from 33rd to 20th. Oliver Warner up to 15th from 32nd, but they're out of the final completely. Even if Oliver Warner won, he wouldn't make it into the final. He's lost so many points. So look, Gage Korn up to 17th. Sen Lindeman's dropped back a little bit. Lucas Stord is looking good. He's gained 7 places to 14th. But a lot of the drivers that started in mid-pack are still in mid-pack. No one's really gained a lot of ground who needed to.
Yeah, that is the catalyst of this group being so close together. It's so difficult to make a pass because everybody's moving and shaking and defending. You can maybe go one place up, but the very next corner you go one place down. But the two that are enjoying this battle behind them is Friend and Lambers. They are just ticketed out of there.
He's like, imagine Albie Friend saying to his dad George and Lars Lambert saying to his dad, I hope you can show the live stream back because it looks like a good battle behind us. We're just enjoying this. Here comes 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. Then a gap back to 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th and 17th. So at the back of this group, Travis Teoh has now fallen away a little bit, and he's still defending. He's the first driver in the second group of karts there. He's obviously the setup on his kart, these conditions not working well.
Yeah, he's obviously done the first lap and realized he doesn't have the kart to contend with these conditions, and unfortunately he has to defend to keep whatever position he can to make sure he gets a decent start in the final. But someone he doesn't have to worry about that is João Pereira. He looks like he really has a turn of pace in that mini-max of his, and he's actually, I think if you ever look at the lap times, he's not far off the leaders.
No, indeed. They crossed the line. A lap time is 59.2 for Friend, 59.1 for Lambers, and Pereira same pace as the race leader. But the man of the move is Maxim Becker, up into 7th place, 58.5.
Yeah, as we had a look at that now, João, but talking about João Pereira, gave him a bit of the touch there, and he's gone down 2 places in this group, and another move there for a 3rd spot.
Into the tyres! Was that Pereira into the tyres? I'm having a look up there. It was João Pereira. Now, let's have a look. 8th in points, 113. He's going to make the final, but that has cost him any chance of victory. Now, on screen, we're down to this is 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th. Chensi Garcia at the back of this group. Then in 10th place it's Griffin. Then it's Teoh Massinas. Oliver Warner has come from 32nd to 3rd. We start lap number 8. Friend and Lambers not moving. They lead by 3.7 seconds over this battle. Going through turn number 1, it's Marco Folli from Hungary leading the way in that predominantly white race suit. Then it's Van Meeuwen 4th, Becker 5th, Casarino 6th, Lukjanov, Griffin, and behind Griffin is Garcia. Then a gap back to 10th place, Travis Teoh all on his own, and Teoh has got a bit of an advantage over Warner, Massinas, Storder, Adriansen and Lindemann. What has happened to Gage Korn? Korn has gone off, and Korn is down to 33rd. All the rage, Gage Korn will not make the final. The driver from the United States who has finished 18th and 8th in the last 2 Minimax Grand Finals. The 12-year-old from Denver, sadly, his chances are done.
It looks as though, if we have a look at the back of this group though, Travis Teoh's car's finally switching on. We saw him struggling in the beginning, but he's getting right back onto that group now. He can't really make the move done, get the move done. But out there in 3rd place is Marco Folli. Does he go defensive into turn 1? He doesn't, and he's going to lose a place because of that.
Wheel to wheel, but Farley on the outside of turn 1 means he's got the inside for turn number 2, Kyle, and he does hold on. I spoke to him before that, and he goes, oh, I'm getting pushed around a little bit. I said, well, Mark, you've got to just get your elbows out, be good, and if someone pushes you, you've got to push them back. Yeah, aggression meets aggression. Sometimes it's the only way.
Yeah, we do say karting isn't a contact sport, but when you're running this close together, you are going to have a little bit of a rub.
Rubbing's racing.
Rubbing is racing, and Mark Farley actually managing that pressure very, very well. Van Meulen was all over in there for the turn 3, 4, and 5, and he managed to hold on to that third place. Van Meulen, though, just taking it easy now. He doesn't look like he's attacking just yet. We've only got 2 laps left to go. It's about time if you want to get moving to move now.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, and there's somebody getting very, very deep. That was, I think that, who was in the British race? That was Joshua Griffin, giving Vincenzi Garcia from Chile 2 options, the tyre barrier or the brake pedal. Vincenzi Garcia chose the brake pedal.
Yeah, you've always got to make that pass and just make sure you make it stick. We call it the 100% pass. And as we talk about that pass, Van Meulen, though, gets that 100% pass done, moves himself up into 3rd place, and that's put Marco under pressure from Becker.
Yeah, the Belgian and the German driver. In fact, 2 Germans, Becker and Casarino, I think. But look at Travis Teoh. Travis Teoh has gone back up to 6th position. So we're on the last lap. Suddenly, Teoh's kart has switched on. There he is on the outside. He's going to try and get a run up the hill. Still, Friend and Lambers aren't moving, but the battle is on for 3rd position. And I tell you who's just joined it, Oliver Warner in that, well, that's the green crash helmet, belongs to Lithuania's Mahus Masinas. Warner is cutting through the field like a hot knife through butter. He's not going to make the final, is Warner, but here we go to the flag.
Winner of this event, pre-final number B, Albert Friend, 2nd place, Lars Lambers, and coming across the line finally and getting it done was that Alexander Van Meulen, and we've lost.
Ooh, well, look, Tommy Hart's fallen down. Marco Farley slipped back to 7th there. He actually slipped back to where he started from. He went from 2nd down to 3rd and down to 7th. It's Van Meulen, Becker, Casarino, Teoh in 6th, then Farley, Griffin, Warner. 9th place. Well, it hasn't gone right for Ollie Warner, but he finishes with a top 10 finish. Vincenzi Garcia is 10th. Lukjanov, Masinas, Stroder. Lucas Stroder from Belgium started this one 42nd in points. He's finished 13th. That is good. Is it good enough? And looking down the order there, let's have a look. Filip Kianowski up to 20th. I think that's going to help him too much. The drivers that are going to be particularly nervous, Tommy Hart finishing 18th. Amaru Adrianzen should be okay in 15th, but it's Rogovski in 22nd position. We're trying to do some calculations. Joao Pereira finishes 35th. That's 2 points. Yeah, he's safe, but again, he's going to be 20th at best now for the final. It just goes to show how fortunes can change in a blink of an eye.
No, but as I say, fortune favors the brave, and it's all about risk versus reward. I mean, that's kind of how these finals go.
Yep.
But we worry about starting in 20th place, but we've had a look at this mini-max, and how close is it throughout the race.
What about 20th place? Oliver Warner has just gone from Qatar to 9th place in 10 laps. So, Carl, you've got to go get ready. Good luck for your pre-final in Masters. You've got some overtaking to do. You talk a good game. Let's see if you can do a good game. I'm sure you can, my friend.
Thanks very much.
See you later on. And Kyle Lawrence vacates the booth. It's time to move ahead to the juniors. We'll have a look at the results very shortly. And if the Minimax pre-finals are anything to go by, then juniors are going to be pretty special. There's a look at the grandstands, the race control unit, the dummy grid area, the Formula One circuit in the background. Where else would you rather be? Here is your pre-final result from Minimax. Pre-final B. Albert Friend, Lars Lambers, Alexander Van Meulen win the top 3. Maxim Becker, Nicholas Casarino, Travis Teoh, Marco Farley, Josh Griffin, your top 8. We're going to see them in the final. We're not going to see Oliver Warner, but it was a great drive to 9th position. Then Vincenzi Garcia, Daniel Lukjanov, Mahus Masinas, Luca Storder, Sen Lindemann, and Maru Adrianzen. They're probably all safe as well. Now, it's time to bite your fingernails for the rest of these drivers in the top 18 and the top 20. It's the time we say farewell to Shimba Matoda, Kianowski, Sakano, Rogovski, McLaughlin, Jush, Moral Rubia, Korn, Al Khalifa, Nass, Salmi, Kirst, Rivan, Carson, Lemieux, and the rest. Although